Good afternoon, guys. For those of you who would like to boost your immune system, like what I'm doing, go to Alaska Chaga, click on that link, and remember you get 10% off and free freight. And then for those of you who would like to help the veterans, go to Hero Soap Company. They're owned by vets and they give part of their profits to veterans down their luck. And then for those of you who'd like to learn more about CBD products, go to martinbrodellcbd.com. And for those of you who have lost your job, or you're you're just looking for a, a different thing to do in life and you want to sell CBD products, just send me an email. My email is in the description box, and I will send you the name and the phone number of the individual. Get a hold of, and the CBD products are selling like hotcakes in this country. Let's go ahead, dig into the news here. Start with Gateway Pundit. So Hero rep Mark Wayne Mullen absolutely destroys dirtbag Chris Wray over FBI double standard on targeting conservatives versus Antifa terrorists. And it says here, Black Lives Matter Antifa mobs have caused over $1 billion in damages in cities across America since May. In Minneapolis alone, Black Lives Matter mobs damaged or destroyed over 1,500 businesses or buildings. Over 700 police officers were injured in the BLM riots, and that was back in June. And there were people who lost their lives, oh, by the way. And then BLM was linked to conservatively 91% of the riots that resulted in the most expensive property damage in U.S. history. So for Democrats, they incited the BLM Matter or let me say that again. Democrats incited the Black Lives Matter mobs for months as they destroyed communities. Kamala Harris and others, they're out there, keep it up, gotta do more. And for years, FBI director has ignored this coordinated and planned Antifa BLM violence. But following the January 6th raid on the U.S. Capitol, Chris Wray, the FBI and the DOJ have sentenced and arrested hundreds of conservative, patriotic Americans, including pregnant women, cancer patients, and reporters. Many of these individuals are still in prison, and many of them only committed the crime of walking through the open doors that the police themselves opened up. And so on Wednesday, Chris Wray finally got called out. And that was during a House Select Committee on Intelligence hearing. So Mark Wayne Mullen finally called out Chris Wray. And as he says here, under the Biden administration, there appears to be a wave of leniency being granted to individuals arrested for federal crimes in Portland. Mullen, a Republican from Oklahoma, said during the hearing federal prosecutors are apparently approving deferred resolution agreements in a number of cases and allowing perpetrators to do community service and avoid jail time and criminal records. Why are we seeing such a disparity between the individuals charged on January 6th and those that are charged in Portland? Wray at first responded by pinning the blame on local prosecutors, noting that the FBI only investigates the crimes but does not make decisions about prosecution. And anyway, it's Mark Mullen really let him have it. And everyone, at the end of the day, these people are going to get what they deserve. Christopher Wray, if he's really a bad guy, and I would say that he is, he's going to get nailed. They're all going to get nailed. Let's go through the rest of the Gateway Pundit here. So Indy FedEx shooter identified as 19-year-old, known to locals and previously interviewed by FBI. Looks like Chris Wray dropped the ball once again. What is it with all these guys? The FBI dropping the ball. Time after time after time. There is going to be hell to pay for the FBI. In fact, for all these agencies, I believe there will be hell to pay. Putin responds to Biden kicks 10 Americans out of Russia and blacklists others, keeps blockades on Ukraine ports in place. Yeah, Putin has no respect for Biden. Forget that. Liz Cheney memorializes 100 days since January 6th Capitol protest and storming U.S. Capitol. Why? And why is she always attacking Trump voters? Because she's compromised. She's a prostitute. That's all she is. She's no better than her daddy. And then CBS News edits police body cam footage, right and left edges trimmed away to omit portion of video where 13-year-old Adam Toledo is seen holding firearm. That's what they always do. They will create the narrative that they want. Former Border Patrol agent gives his opinion on the wall and shocking details of smuggler tactics. And it's crazy down there. My heart goes out to the Border Patrol down there. As far as this young kid, this 13-year-old, there are all kinds of 11, 12, 13-year-old kids in these gangs. That's their family. That's family to them. It's the only family many of these kids have ever known. And they do whatever the gang tells them to do. This guy was known like little homicide or something like that. I mean, these you put a gun in these kids' hands, and they're lethal. I mean, they're not a kid anymore. I mean, they're a kid, I get it, but you know what I'm saying. Kamala Harris welcomes Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga to the White House. And which White House is that? And then media darling Minneapolis Black Lives Matter militant arrested for failing to register as child sex offender. Blames racism, of course. Health and Freedom Conference from Tulsa, Oklahoma, with General Flynn, Sidney Powell, Mike Lindell, Lynn Wood, Dr. Simone, Mike Adams, and Floyd Brown. I bet that was good. Psaki says Biden is proud of anti-American UN ambassador after she called America's founding documents and principles racist. I'm sure he is proud. I'm sure he is happy with her. You know? I mean, these people are satanic. They truly are. That's not, and I'm not joking there. They truly are satanic. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice says he will not veto law defending girls' sports despite NCAA threats. You know, you got. I said a long time ago, the women from both the left and the right would come together to stop this craziness, and that's exactly what they're doing. Nutty professors argue that LGBTQ sex ed should be taught in elementary school before cis-normative values become more deeply ingrained. This stuff is going to go away. This is not going to continue. This is just one of many things that is really angering people, something fierce. And then Marxist BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors says buying several $million homes in white neighborhoods helps black people. Really? Wow. What a way to to rationalize what you're doing there. I thought you hated white people. Why would you want to live around them? And then big tech's Google targeting Arizona Maricopa County audit, not allowing requests for volunteers shared on their sites. Project Veritas confronts CNN's Brian Stelter about their explosive expose CNN tapes. Oh man, yeah. Can you did he run? You know he didn't answer any questions. And then power-hungry Democrats introduced resolution to get rid of the Electoral College. I'm sure they do want to. And then no one wants to read rantings of a lying crackhead. Hunter Biden's memoir, Beautiful Things, is a total bust. Gee, imagine that. And then team of American and Chinese scientists announced human-monkey hybrid embryos have been created. Bad idea. Bad idea. And then Italian lawmaker calls for arrest of creepy Bill Gates and charges of crimes against humanity. I agree. Absolutely. And let's check this out here, Brian Stelter. So, a Project Veritas reporter confronted CNN's Brian Stelter about their explosive videos of CNN technical director Charlie Chester, admitting that they use COVID scaremongering to drive ratings and that they do not push stories unless white people can be implicated to help Black Lives Matter. In the shocking videos, Chester explains how the network uses manipulation to shape public opinion. While confronting Stelter, Project Veritas journalists asked about the network embracing Chester's philosophy of the news. Stelter refuses to answer the question, while ironically wearing a sweatshirt that says journalism matters now more than ever. We knew he wasn't going to answer. We knew that. And let's see here. Let's go to Breitbart. House will vote on whether to make Washington, D.C. a state Tuesday. Democrats look to grab 2 automatic senators. That will be undone. Whatever they do, legislatively, it's going to be undone. AOC accuses Biden of racist policy. And then Hurt Squad exploits human tragedy for personal political gain. BLM activist calls rioting and looting legitimate response to state violence. Really. I just report the news. I don't make it. Rand, Democrat Party is the party of Jim Crow. And public pressure forces, they're the part of Satanists, is what they are. Public pressure forces Biden to reverse plan for more refugees. Yeah, the pressure is mounting. San Francisco Med Examiner, drugs killed more than 2 times as many Americans as coronavirus in 2020. Hollywood renews push for gun control following FedEx shooting. We knew that was going to happen. Group of 167 Venezuelans cross West Texas border. Facebook censors New York Post over article exposing BLM co-founder. New York man arrested following call to report missing cocaine. I'm missing my cocaine. Can you help me out? DeSantis plans, you can't make that shit up. DeSantis plans to sign anti-riot legislation. Cuban state media, DeSantis is good. Cuban state media, Fidel is more alive than ever. Raul still leading us. And then NFL first round prospect under fire for an Obama costume worn at age 14. Man, they just go way back. Let's see here. How much time do I have left? I've got time to finish here. Lancet claims climate change disproportionately affects girls and women. Murder accused of second killing in California weeks after parole terminated. I mean, it's just more insanity. All, like I've said, everything can be undone except the rapes, murders, and stuff like that. And let's see here. Vern Jordan launches bid against Brian Kemp. He'll win in a landslide. Democrats pressure Joe Biden to forgive 50,000 student loan debt. And let's see here. George W. Bush renews amnesty push. He's in deep doo-doo. Some of these people, they've had deals made with them. Others have not. And you can kind of tell the ones who have had deals made because they shut their mouths, they go away, and you don't hear much from them anymore. But the ones who did not have a deal made or refused to have a deal made, they're still out there yapping. Anyway, that is all for now. God bless y'all. Have a good day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye, guys.